This is a short video demonstration of ProgrammExpress, a web-based portfolio program and project reporting solution, or sometimes known as a light PPM solution, where our aim is to automate project reporting, replace labor-intensive manual processes with a quick-to-implement, simple and intuitive, and a cost-effective solution. So we're going to access one of the demo systems. It's all in the cloud, so it'll be whitbread.programmexpress.co.uk. You can see that we've simply applied the logo for the login page, and we've also applied a corporate color palette within the application, which is easy to set up. So I'm going to log on to ProgrammExpress as an administrator, and you can be an administrator, a write access user, or a read-only user. Now, ProgrammExpress has been used in the past by Whitbread up until 2013, but there have been some significant changes, and one of the main ones is that now we have what we call our new home screen, where we apply the corporate color palettes and logos, and where an administrator can see and view all the projects within the application, and structured by programs or business units, up to portfolio level. This is purely a demonstration structure, and each client develops their portfolio structure as they wish. So from this home screen, we can see and do a lot. We can view the health of the projects by using the red, amber, green status, by their individual modules, shown here as icons, but better shown as through the Updates tab as commentary, plan, resources, costs, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. So from this screen, you can view and drill down into the screens, or you can run reports that have been set up by yourself, by your own license, or you can run reports that have been shared with you by the central projects team, the program office, or sort of like the PMO. Now, ProgrammExpress is about simple data input, powerful automated program and portfolio reporting output. From a user experience, if the user logs on, they can have filtered roles, which will reduce the number of modules and projects that are available to them, depending on the governance model that you've determined and what they need to do. But if I log on as project manager or a user, you'll see same database, same home screen, but now filtered by only the projects that they need to write or update, and they can view read access projects, all projects, or just the right projects. And it also shows the modules they are expected to update. So if I were the user, I'd be expected to go and update commentary, and you can see what you said last time, and you can make your updates this way, and you can configure the commentary threads as you so wish. So I have an example here of a Whitbread commentary thread, just to show the flexibility and configurability of the application. Once they've made their updates to the commentary, they would then go to the plan. They would see the plan and see what amendments they needed to make to that, and then they'd go to their costs, have a look at the latest planned and forecast, the cost items if you want to add any new cost items or make any changes, and then move through to the risk register. Again, have a look at what's there currently, make any amendments. So as a project manager, once they've made those amendments, they're more than likely going to want to run a report to have a look at the data that sits within that report. So we call this a one-page summary PPT. So this is one of our project reports, which sits nicely as a PowerPoint in a PowerPoint slide. And this will now show the projects, Project 1A, the RAG status, milestones, and as you can see, financial information and commentary threads. So that's the experience for the project manager. So if we go back in as the administrator, same screen that we saw before, we can open up the projects. We can be assured that of the health of the data, and there are lots of administration reports to prove that. But what we can see here again is the data's been updated. We're probably going to be drawn to the reds. So what we can do is we can filter out green, we can filter out amber, and using an example, project 1C, we'll see that the costs are red. We can drill down into that screen, and we can see that the forecast cost is 800,000 against a planned of 600, variance of -200, and therefore a red status. So any project and any module, you can do that. More than likely, an administrator is going to want to run some program and portfolio reports. We showed a project report. If I just have a look at that again, under my license, then you'll see here that we have a new report, one-pager, Whitbread, which is the same report I showed you before, just demonstrating the configurability and showing that we can have the commentary threads as we so wish. So we've got overall focus, and now we've got the Whitbread example in there. So that's the project report, and there are other project reports, but the power of ProgrammExpress is in program and portfolio reporting. So what I can do is I can now go up to my portfolio level, and I can have a look at shared reports and run a reg status summary at the top level. So this will produce information for every project and program within the portfolio, and it looks and feels like an Excel file that has been consolidated and aggregated, but actually this is automatic because we've just run it from the top level and all the data sits within the application. So you'll see here the program of activity and the projects that sit beneath them, and the columns that we've configured for this, a bit of plan information, a bit of reg information, and the commentary threads that we've actually configured. And this is what we'd probably call our weekly flash reports, give a summary status of the portfolio of all the projects. Now, if I wanted to, I could go into hotels, for example, and I could run the one-page summary PPT you saw before, but because I'm running it at program level, I'm now demonstrating that I can produce that one-pager for every single project that sits within hotels. So I've got hotels, and then I'm moving down to project 1A, project 1B, project 1C, etc., project 1D. So we can automatically create the report of all the PowerPoint compliant slides within this report. So also maybe I've run the reg status report, I may want to have a look at the plan. And because again, I'm at portfolio level, it will show the plan for all programs and projects that sit beneath me. And you'll see here all the task information. We use the Gantt chart view using the taskbars of red, amber and green. And red means it's missed the date, today's date, and amber means it's forecasting to be later than was expected, but hasn't actually missed today's date. And if you wanted to look at the same view with a milestone summary, same data, sorry, different view, same data, but now we're looking at this more as a timeline view. So it will show us, again, all the key milestones, expected delivery date and their health in terms of red, amber, green status. And another one might be a resource usage summary. So you can align and set up your resources, align them to the plan. It's an Excel feel, but it's not running independently. It will automatically move as the plans move, and it shows all your resources, the number of days that they're working on specific projects within a period, in this case monthly, it could be weekly, what they aggregate up to in total on projects, where there is potentially an out of tolerance, where somebody's been over allocated, and that would be sort of like more than 10%, and then we get into more than 20%, or whatever tolerance level that you set up, and that will determine amber or red status. So that just gives you a very quick view of ProgrammExpress. Very easy to set up, configure and implement. And if, having viewed that short video, if you think there may be a potential requirement to automate all the PowerPoints that are being developed manually and unable to consolidate and aggregate, then our contact details are here, and a call to action. We've surpassed this one by developing a short demo with your own brand identity, but you can certainly share this internally. We can arrange a webinar for fuller functionality, a face-to-face meeting, or potentially plan a pilot implementation. Thank you very much for listening.